take that chat thing out?
What?
Should we move that chat thing out? We can see more.
Sure, go ahead. Joining us. So exciting.
I don't know, that's the smallest one. But we can go.
All kinds of people tuning in.
I know.
And it's wonderful. There's Cheryl. Cheryl with her ski slope background. Sandra, can we get some volume so we can talk to people? They're all on mute.
Oh yeah, everybody's muted.
Okay, well, we can encourage that. Can they hear? Okay. Hi, everyone. We'd love for you to unmute yourselves to say hello.
Hi.
There we go. There we
We can
go.
hear somebody.
We can hear you and we can see you.
Hey, Vic. Hi. Hi, everybody.
Hello. Hello.
Hi, Chris.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, Cheryl. I recognize some people and some people I just know by a friendly wave.
Oh. Hi, Nora. Hi, Carlo. Hey, Bon.
Hey, Stace.
Hi, Nora. Hi, Carlo.
Lola.
Hey.
Salud.
Hello. Hello, everybody.
Waiting for my kids to join.
Hi, Stacy.
See your children.
Where are you? There you are. All right. Well, we have quite a group coming in, and we don't want to start for a
Hello?
We're going to give people a chance to do that, to join in. But I wanted to encourage you to have a small plate handy, because you're going to want to take your dessert, your palate cleanser, and your starter course out of the kit so that you can warm some of the food for the tasting. So if you are able to, pick out some of the items in your kits.
That one out. The dessert.
Maybe I can ask for a show of hands how many of you have the vegetarian. Anybody with a vegetarian option on the call yet? Okay.
Are my kids on yet? Let's see.
Yep, we are.
Yep. Hi, Ann.
Omnitarian menus. The vegetarian menu entrees are different, but the main dishes are different, but the rest are the same. So
Your participant ID followed by pound.
get started.
Otherwise, just press pound to continue. Please enter the meeting password followed by pound.
So exciting to meet all of you virtually. I'm thrilled to have you here.
Oh, and some people are starting with the wine already.
Ah,
That's good.
that's good.
Yeah.
That's right.
There you go.
You entered
Salud, salud.
296.
Santé.
This meeting password is invalid.
We have a multi-dimensional experience going to happen here today. So for those of you who are
I can't hear anything.
you might want to listen to what Oscar has to say. I think Oscar first.
Can you hear? I can't hear.
Chef Oscar Gonzalez. And I'm Jackie Keller. For those of you who I haven't had the pleasure of meeting face to face. And we're thrilled to have you here to join us in celebrating our 33rd business anniversary.
Mine here?
That happens this month, or happened this month.
Hi, Stacy.
30 years in business.
Hello. I don't know who said hi to me.
Carol.
Cheryl, I think, is greeting. We have some people who know each other and many who don't know anyone yet. But since there's a large group, we don't want to take the time to introduce everybody virtually, although you'll all be able to watch this which is being recorded and will be posted to the cloud. So we'll send you a link to it, and you'll be able to view the virtual tasting at your leisure. So without further ado, I'm going to let Chef Oscar talk a little bit about the wines that we recommended in case you're drinking wine this evening. And if not, healthy water, always an appropriate beverage under any circumstances. So, oh, it's so fun to see the familiar names for me. I'll let Oscar talk though. Go ahead, Oscar.
All right, so for the Omnitarian, we're gonna start with the Chardonnay. Everybody has their Chardonnay?
Those people who are drinking have it. This is my kind of bottle. It has a screw top.
Well, there's different misconceptions about the top. Actually. A lot of people think that the ones that have cork are better than the ones that have a screwed top, but it's not real. Before it was, but now not anymore. So the thing is, when you open a cork, when they open it at a restaurant or something, does anybody know why they give you the cork?
No.
Well, they give you the cork just so you can first smell that it's not a vinegar and it's still a wine. So that's a good thing.
I'm gonna do that with the bottle top.
And then if you're more advanced, it would be to see what kind of microorganisms are there. So you would be able to see if it's a mineral wine or not. That's how you get to say if it was made on the top of the mountain, middle of the mountain, or lower of the mountain. And then sound really, really knowledgeable, even though it's not. Just the bottom of the mountain is the one that has all the minerals. When it rains, everything, all the minerals go down and then they stay right flat, right? So when you taste those minerals, it's because it was made right at the bottom of the hill. And when you don't taste that much and it's really fruity, it was on the top.
You know.
So that's pretty much that.
So if you're drinking wine, enjoy your first course with the Chardonnay. And for the rest of us, I think I'm going to remove the first course, which is your heirloom tomato bruschetta. And I wanted to explain a little bit about how this course, and I'm trying to figure out how to make this thing zoom in, but you all have this beautiful hollowed out cucumber with alternating slices of heirloom cherry tomatoes and fresh burrata covered. It should have a little bit of chiffonade, fresh basil on it. The inspiration for this course comes from our mesa farm. Well, we call it the mesa. It's on a mesa. So that's the community calls it colloquially mesa, and which means table in Spanish. And we grow cucumbers there. We also grow cherry heirloom tomatoes. So that was and basil. And basil, a lot of basil, which is why we call this the Basil Flight. So that is the inspiration of this first starter course, which is common to all of the tasting kits.
And for that one, you have a little container with a K right beside it. I don't know if you can see that one. That one is supposed to go on top of it, but first, please try it just by itself. That's a caramel. But the caramel is going to taste a little weird sometimes, because the thing of this is always to entice your palate to have a full mouth all the time. So that's a Kalamata caramel. I know we're trying some different things, but just open your mind and let all the flavors come in. So pour that on top, and that way you'll be able to get the softness of the burrata, and then the freshness of the basil and the tomatoes, heirloom tomatoes. and obviously the saltiness and sweetness of the caramel.
And just a side note about how we grow these heirloom tomatoes at the farm. Much of the system that we use is a hydroponic system. So we grow our tomatoes actually in a hydroponic method, which means a lot of them are grown in solution. So without soil, although the soil that we use is organic soil and the seeds are organic seeds, by using the hydroponic method, we're saving the environment because we don't have sprinkler systems, everything is on drip. And so the tomatoes have a little extra special imprint for that reason. And we have many varieties of tomatoes that we're growing at the Mesa right now, but the cherry tomatoes of all kinds are really some of our favorites.
And you cannot compare the flavor of an organic to any other one. Obviously non-GMO and everything. This is the real natural. And this is the real, what we wanted to share with you is the real experience, what a farm to table really is. Because this one, we know when it's harvested, we know where it comes from, and it goes directly to you.
And we harvested it ourselves.
So
we know for a fact that it grew on our plants because we picked them.
So going back a little bit on that, the team, you might not know everybody, but the team is surrounded, it's made from artists, all of them. So we can start, you'll know that you eat first with your eyes, then your nose, and then at the end with your mouth, right? So the eyes, all the eyes are created by Alex. She takes all the beautiful pictures, and those are spectacular. She has an eye that nobody else has. So that's what you can see in our Instagram feed all the time. And then Adam and Phil are the ones that get everything from the farm and treat all the vegetables like babies.
I go there too, and I pick vegetables too.
But
But mostly it's not me. Yeah, mostly it's them.
So we convert them, but without them, we wouldn't be able to do anything.
Well, some of you know Farmer Phil, my husband and business partner, and farming is his second job. So now he's actively growing a lot at the Mesa.
Plus, the good thing is I can ask for something and I'll get it. So if I want some kind of vegetable, I'll get that kind of vegetable.
So that's our first course, and what's next?
So we were talking about the four different levels that you get with that first course. Then when we go to a second course, I know, have you heated your plates already or not yet?
No, we haven't told you.
No.
Okay, so we need to heat the plates. Always take out, obviously, the cucumber that you already ate, the dessert also. And there's a little container in the center with something yellow. Take that one out too, and then you can put everything inside the microwave.
And if you're not doing it in the microwave, you can put it in an oven. But the microwave for, I'm going to say 2 minutes.
Yeah, that's
Just
more
to
than
get it
enough.
warm enough. Because everything, of course, is fully cooked, but we want you to be able to
We can do
enjoy
it together.
the hot foods hot.
The timing.
And the dessert also should come out unless you want.
How long do we heat it for?
I would say a minute to a minute and a half, Cheryl.
Yeah.
Okay.
So why do we say the microwave? Because we're tailored for people that are really busy and want to be healthy all the time, right? So everything that we're doing is low on sodium. There's no cream. There's no butter. Well, that's a cute dog. There's no cream, no butter, and everything is healthy. So what we're trying to do is for you to be able to eat healthy and eat really good, but at the same time, being able just to warm it up real quick, 30 seconds, a minute, and then be able to enjoy life.
Can I just ask a question? Because mine's a vegetarian. Should I put both dishes in the microwave, as you said?
The exact same ones. You take out the exact same ones. You take out the cucumber. You take out the the yellow palate cleanser, and you take out your
Dessert.
dessert. Everything else goes into the
Got it.
microwave
Got
at
it.
the exact same time, a minute and
Delicious,
a
by
half.
the way.
For those of you who didn't select the vegetarian
Thing
option,
where I could see every.
the vegetarian menu today featured a maitake mushroom, and we grew in a piece of lion's mane mushroom. The lion's mane mushroom is grown on by Adam at our farm. So we're just starting with growing exotic mushrooms, which is a whole new world of thing. And then the vegetarian option also featured two cruciferous vegetables, broccoli and cauliflower, in a very unique treatment that Chef Oscar can talk about in a couple of minutes. But presuming that you've gotten your first course heated, and most of you are ready to move on,
We will move on to the far left one for the omnitarian, which is the chicken, and to the far right one, which is the broccoli and the cauliflower for the vegetarians.
So we should heat that one right now?
yes.
Yes.
Mhm.
Okay.
So in the omnitarian menu, you will see a miso glazed free range chicken. So those chickens are very special. They're called never ever. So no antibiotics, no cages, no hormones, no nothing.
And these
So
are
happy chickens.
for the happy chickens, and they're grown by Mary. So some of you may know Mary's brand poultry. That's the poultry that we feature in all of our menus. It's all free range poultry. We like to the Mesa, our farm, there's nothing with a face. That was the rule that Farmer Phil said, that he didn't want to have anything, not nothing with a face, but nothing that could move under its own power. So that meant we couldn't have any form of animal that was edible, which was fine by me. So we pivoted to plants.
Except for the bees.
But we do have bees, and Adam is our beekeeper. So we're going to talk about how the dessert is inspired by the hive at the Mesa. The free-range products that we use are Mary's Poultry. For those of you who are interested in where our products and proteins come from, we use free-range beef, and that's generally New Zealand beef.
Yeah.
And we use free-range poultry and poultry products, not the chicken, but the turkey and the sausages and the bacon, that are all
Laura.
Central California farmer called Willieburg. So anyway, moving on to the chicken.
So it's miso glazed free range chicken confit with pickled beetroot, and we also have a vichyssoise on the bottom. Yeah. Then on top of the vichyssoise, you'll see a little salad made with peas, dill, and basil. Again, our constant in all of the dishes is the basil. So everything has basil. That's why it's called the basil. So everything is supposed you're supposed to eat it together, so you can get the full experience of it. The sweetness of the beets, then the tanginess of the salad, and then the base of the vichyssoise with the chicken that's miso glazed, so that gives you the umami flavor.
So you can tell from Oscar's explanation that he's very multicultural, very French in many ways, with a lot of Spanish thrown in, and a very accomplished Michelin star chef. So he created all of these very complicated dishes that all have this philosophy behind it of these several layers of tasting that we're supposed to be able to experience. All I know is that when I put it in my mouth, if it's good, I like it, fine. If it's not, then we
Me too.
We fixed it.
It's very
We
good.
fixed it, right. So for those of you who are enjoying the chicken, please do so. And in the meantime, we'll talk a little bit about the
Vegetarian.
vegetarians.
So in the vegetarian, you have on the far right, well, depending on how you're holding your plate, you should have the cauliflower and the broccoli. So the cauliflower is baked, but at a really, really high temperature. So it's a roasted, burning kind of thing. And then you have a lot of, it's actually 7 different Chinese spices that are in there. That's why you have that red color in there.
So for those of you who are not enjoying the cauliflower, if you want to, let me know, and I will have Oscar create it for you because it's fiery. It is Szechuan cauliflower treatment, and it's designed to be eaten with the broccoli.
Yeah, and the broccoli, the base of the broccoli is jalapeno. So that's why we called it Garden on Fire.
Nice.
So the base of the broccoli is jalapeno, but you can also see some little dots on the top. That's brown rice.
We tried to pay
You doing sympathy with
you
Rick?
who are avoiding
You doing sympathy with
gluten
Rick?
in your diet. So this particular meal is gluten-free and also dairy-free. So we really, other than the burrata, which we made here, the burrata is not dairy-free, but everything else was on the vegetarian menu.
Yeah.
So is there a wine change? Because
Yeah, for the third
I
one,
finished mine.
we're gonna go for the third course. We're gonna go to the
Right.
Angelica.
Delicious.
It's a Cabernet. So the ones that have this one, let me see if I can. There you go. It's a full-bodied Cabernet, so we can change now. We also have one of those nice ones.
Oh, look at that. My style of wine. Sure, go ahead. I don't mind being the guinea pig. So if anybody has any questions, feel free to raise your hand or just unmute yourself, and you're welcome to ask away, because we want to hear from you as well as talk. And I know some of you know each other, so you can certainly engage. We want it to be as interactive as we possibly can.
So in this one, if you already have your Cabernet with you, we can start swirling a little bit so we can breathe. Oh, there you go. You do have it. And now, after a little bit, you're going to start seeing something that we call the legs or the tears in your glass. So to be able to know what it means is the amount of tears that you get. There's 3 things that you can see on the tears. The amount of tears means the complexity of the body of the wine. So if you have a lot, that means it's a full body wine. You have there's medium body and there's light body. So those 3 things you can see. So you can start looking at it first. Then the second one would be the thickness of each one of the tears or legs. If they're really thick, that means there's
meaning wide.
Yeah, wide.
Wide.
So if they're really wide, it means that there's a lot of sugar in it. The slimmest they are, that means there's just a little bit of sugar. And that's obviously not sugar added, it's developed by the body. Right? And then the third one would be how fast they go down. If they go down really fast, that means there's a lot of alcohol in it. If they go really slow, that means there's just a little bit of alcohol in it. there's 3 little things that you can see in your wine now.
Salud. Okay. So what do we take?
Kayla's on.
So we're moving on to for
She's
the
not sure about
Omnitarian,
anything.
you have the short rib.
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
Go for it.
You're mute now.
I think somebody's muted.
Unmute yourself.
Oh,
Hi.
sorry. Okay. Hi.
Hi.
Can you tell us what was in the sauce of the chicken?
Miso. So it's a sauce that we made. The base is miso. So miso is a soy-based product,
Okay.
and it's used a lot in Japanese cooking.
And it's a mild white miso, Nora. It's very low in sodium, unlike most misos,
Yeah.
which have a lot of salt. I chose a very, very low sodium miso, and there was no salt added to these dishes. So for those of you whose palate is accustomed to salt, you may find that you think something's missing from it. But we know salt is an acquired taste. And of course, these menus were developed with NutriFit principles in mind. So we minimized sodium. You can see that we provided nutrition facts for the dishes that you're enjoying. And that's because we're proud of the nutritional content of the meals that we make. We're proud of the fact that they're naturally low in sodium and that we are able to develop flavor without relying on added salt. So that's just my contribution.
Awesome. Is there flour? Is there gluten in that sauce?
No,
No,
not at all.
not at all.
It's just a lot of time to reduce it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just reduced it and reduced it and reduced it. And actually,
Yeah.
this chicken was cooked in the method of sous vide, which is a
Precision cooking.
precision cooking method. It's a very slow cooking method. So this chicken cooked for 24 hours in our sous vide, which is why it's so tender and so moist. And we're able to create, to develop the flavors, which is what you're going to taste a lot of when you move to the meat component of the meal. If you're having meat, that would be the next stage for you to go to.
Yeah, now we were talking about the miso, and that was a great point. Thank you for that. Talking about that miso and why Chef Keller made a point to say how we choose everything. Well, she chooses everything. and all the carbs and the fats and the salt and everything that's in there. It's so important because in my career, I've made a lot of moments for a lot of people. I've been in the Ritz Palace. I've cooked for the Rockefellers. I've done a lot of things, but all of those were moments. And what we're trying to do here is just not only make moments for people, but besides making their lives easier, is changing their lives too. There's a lot of people and a lot of stories that we have of people that have had really bad health issues, and Chef Keller has been able to help them a lot with everything that we do. So all the allergies and all the health issues that anybody has, we've been able to cook for them and make them happy too, and not feeling like they're eating hospital food. So that's one of the greatest achievements that I've seen. And the moments that I've made in other places, it's okay, I made 3 hours, 2 hours of your life, great. But now we're changing lives, and that's what we're passionate about. That's why we do this thing.
So we're on the same mission, obviously. He drank the Kool-Aid, which was great. And now we can talk about the next course.
Okay, so the next one for the Omnitarian is the short rib. So the short ribs that we use are from New Zealand, and
It's called, the ranch is called King Ranch, and it's a grass-fed New Zealand beef. And it was also cooked in the sous vide. And these were cooked for 24 hours in the sous vide.
And not to brag, but if you can see all the little marbling in that meat is 4 stars. So it's as high as you can get in a meat. So that marbling is not easy to get. When you get that marbling, is an amazing meat.
And it's served with something.
So the little puree that you see there, it's celeriac, which is the celery. Yeah, exactly. The root of the celery. So that's what's giving you that freshness.
So yeah, for those of you who are wondering if it's potato, the answer is no. It is a root vegetable. And celeriac is kind of an old school Eastern, for those of us who have Eastern European heritage, which is mine.
Or French.
We're used to seeing it in soups, but it's authentically unique in that it recreates the flavor of celery, but without the texture of celery or without the sodium of celery. So it's a wonderful, versatile, underutilized vegetable. It's a little hard to find, but we managed to locate it for Chef Oscar to create this dish.
And now if you see the sauce on the bottom, the sauce will give you another level, which is lamb. The base of that sauce is lamb. And again, we reduced it and reduced it and reduced it. There is no flour in there, but the flavor is full for sure. So when you taste that, you're gonna taste the lamb. So that's gonna take you to another level in that meat.
And for those of you who are having the vegetarian dish, the maitake.
We have the maitake, that's braised and then baked. And then you have tempeh that's been cooked with miso too, the white miso. And then you have lion's mane. Who's eating the vegetarian? Renee, I think.
Renee,
Oh, yeah.
and there's another.
And then
Kevin
you have,
is a vegetarian, and then there's a dressing.
Do we put the dressing on it? Yeah.
For
Yeah. So you can pour that on top.
And the base of what's at the base of the maitake is a little choux, right? A
Yeah.
French pastry shell, essentially, that we created here, baked it here, and we halved it and created just a little a base for the mushroom to sit on, the roasted mushroom.
It's
And
lovely.
then you have a little salad of micros on top. So if you can add that dressing to the whole thing, the best way to do it is to try to eat everything together. Lion's mane, the choux, salad, dressing, and the tempeh. I know it's a
Mouthful.
but just try to do it.
It's delicious, by the way. Really flavorful. Really
And
lovely.
the short ribs are delicious as well.
Melts in your mouth.
They're really good.
Thank you. Thank you.
The ones that cannot talk, I hope it's because they're eating and they're loving it.
That's me.
Yeah. Cheryl.
Cheryl.
All right. And I can see your significant other, Cheryl. I love it.
Cheryl's dancing.
So we have dancing and everything going on. There you go.
Great.
I'm doing the Yogi Bear. Good
Whoa.
to my tummy.
Party in the mouth.
Watch out.
Yeah.
Cheryl, where are you? Are you in LA or are you in your other home?
I'm in LA.
Okay, got it.
All right. So, and by the way, if you guys want to stay on the call after we finish, boring you with the food lore here.
Not so boring.
Not so boring. Sure. We'll turn off the monitor and let you have your joint meetings or conversations.
He can't even talk. He's eating, so.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Ron. Hi, Ron. We want to be able to enjoy the camaraderie of a joint meal. That's the spirit of this idea. And before we move on to maybe you have the palate cleanser while I talk about why we're even doing this.
Yeah, we can have the palate cleanser if you want. So
that's the
here,
little thing with the yellow cubes, by the way.
So in this one, we were trying to trick you a little bit. What you're eating is watermelon, even though it looks like pineapple maybe. But we were trying to trick you so you can eat something that you weren't thinking about.
And these are heirloom watermelons, and we do grow them at the Mesa. We have grown the yellow variety as well. And the little dollop of sauce that's on the top.
It's a port sauce, but that port sauce has a lot of things in there. We also, we do all the 3 levels at least in each one of the dishes, including the palate cleanser. So obviously you're gonna feel the basil in there, and you're gonna feel port wine. And the umami flavor that you get from there is shiitake mushrooms. So you have all of that in that
Tiny little
sauce.
thing. So don't eat it too fast because you're probably miss all those flavors. It's kind of wild when you take it all apart.
Guys, that was unbelievable. That was fantastic. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, the watermelon bites are so surprising. Like you can taste the shiitake so much, but I like assumed that was the port until you said shiitake.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, Oscar's brought a lot of real surprises to our kitchen, and you know, he's very flexible and adaptable. So he's really been able to create and yet respect, you know, everything that we stand for and everything that we try to do here. So we're excited about what's coming, which is part of the inspiration for this event. Not only to allow people to gather as a group and enjoy a meal together, and the same meal, like you would have under other circumstances gone out to a restaurant as a group and sat down around a table,
Right.
2 inches away from each other. Now, because of the circumstances, we're not able to do that quite so easily. So we still need and want to create moments with friends and family. And we thought that by, you know, exercising the skills that we have to send meals anywhere in the country, we've even begun to the paperwork to be able to ship these meals across the border into Canada and internationally. So we want people to be able to continue to enjoy a meal together and to enjoy fine dining together without trying to find a restaurant that you can all agree to go to.
And making it an experience, not just eating, but an experience where we are all together, like they say now, right? Together but apart.
Right, together but apart. So
Well, your short ribs are killer.
Thank you.
all right, so we palate cleansed, which is to prepare your mouth for the dessert. And do we change wines again?
Oh yeah, now we can go to the fun part.
Yeah.
Now we get to go to the champagne.
For those of you who are enjoying wine with your dinner or champagne, this is the course of, that's the course that this is designed for.
So in there you can see a little.
Those of you who are drinking water, good time to cleanse your palate.
I clean my palate with wine.
That doesn't clean your palate.
So you can see a little design there. This was made as an homage to all the bees that helps us so much in the farm. You know, that's a main ingredient for pretty much everything in the environment. So now a lot of people, or almost everybody, knows that bees are so important.
And bees are, for those of you who don't know, bees are endangered or becoming endangered. They are, there's been a dramatic decrease in the bee population. A lot of it is due to environmental, just, you know, climate change in general. But bees are so important to the ecosystem as far as cross-pollination is concerned. They provide an extremely important role. And at the Mesa, which is a certified national wildlife habitat, because we do have some wildlife there. And so we were certified by the National Wildlife Federation as a wildlife habitat. we decided to get beehives so that we could, one, promote cross-pollination in our plants because they love bees. We also planted milkweed because we want the butterflies there who are important cross-pollinators. But Chef Oscar wanted to pay homage to the effort that it takes to establish a hive and keep a hive happy at your farm, making honey and doing their bee thing. So he created this this dessert.
Well, that's an homage to the bees and to Adam. Them put him there. We're thankful to
Adam
him.
and Phil. Yeah, that was my Mother's Day present this year. Was a new hive because the first one didn't last. But, you know, you can't control those bees. I put a welcome sign on the hive. I said we're open for business, but we had to get another queen in there, and now they're busy making honey. And so we created a dessert that sort of looks like honeycomb on the top. Those of you who have the little chocolate ganache, the hardened chocolate with the gold sprinkles, that is the homage to the bees. And underneath it,
you have an orange caracara and chocolate mousse. The chocolate is 85%. So you're eating a very dark and healthy
organic chocolate.
So both of the fingers went off. It's very healthy too, and you have it with a little bit of bread. That the base is also the caracara.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's small, but it's good.
So like we say, low sugar. So we can only have a little bit.
Still got a nice big pan size, you know.
Oh, there's Adam.
Oh, Adam joined in. There's our beekeeper. Adam, do we have a visual of you?
I don't know.
My goodness.
Yeah, they're here.
Delicious.
Hi, Adam. We just entered the dessert course, and we were talking about the homage that Oscar created to your bees.
And to you.
Oh, thanks. Do you guys want to see the bees? Actually, I can go check out the hive really quick and put it on video.
That would be great.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right, give me a sec to get set up, and I'll bring you guys over.
All right. While you do that, we'll talk a little bit about the Connoisseurs Club, which we want to kick off. That's another reason to celebrate this evening together. After 33 years, we finally figured out that there are some people who really enjoy and appreciate the spirit of NutriFit, and we want to include those of you who wish to be included in our Connoisseurs Club. This is the first of our virtual tastings. We hope there will be a monthly edition of the same thing where you can opt in to enjoy a creation of entirely new and creative recipes that Oscar will bring to the table.
And obviously, all of the dishes that we have here, if you're interested, we can make it as a special item, and we can put them in. It's an introduction. I know some of you that are here on the call liked some of the specials that we've done, like the filet mignon with hibiscus sauce. That's been popular.
And we have some wonderful vegetarian and vegan options as well for those of you who are inclined more to the plant than to the animal. So we're really celebrating everything that we can do as far as helping the environment and helping to promote health and well-being, but enjoy living as well. So that's a lot of what's inspiring the creation here.
Yeah, and enjoy it like we saw a cork going out to the sky a little while ago.
You did?
Yeah.
Ah, okay. All right. All right.
He was opening the champagne and he doesn't even know where.
Hi there. Hi. So Adam is going out to the hive to, there he is. There's our beekeeper, Adam, in his bee suit. So you all can see here we are at the farm. You're getting a real tour. I didn't expect to be able to do this. This is wonderful. And there's our hive, which, as I said, was...
Where are the hives located?
It's on our farm, and our small farm is located on the central coast of California in a little tiny community called Arroyo Grande, which is south of Pismo Beach, for those of you who know the central coast, north of Santa Maria, south of Pismo Beach. And it's just a small 5 acres that we purchased. And then I decided that Phil needed another job, so he became Farmer Phil. Why have all that land if you aren't going to grow something on it? So that became his job, to grow vegetables on the farm. And then Adam thought about the bees, and there they are. You can see them at the bottom of the hive. They're quite happy.
I can't see which picture. Tell us. There we go.
Well, I don't know if it's in the exact same place.
Scroll through the.
We have it on the.
It should be
the left.
Adam.
There we go.
It's like a white box, and it says Adam YK.
Got it.
Yes.
There you are, getting a visual of the bees making honey. They're very happy at our farm, and I'm glad, because I've been waiting for them to be happy at the farm for a while. And now we're back to the dirt. Well, what can I tell you?
Jackie, can I ask you, did you have to order the queen bee to come in the mail?
Yes, Adam and Phil, my husband and business partner, for those of you who don't know, Farmer Phil, or Phil Yaney, my business partner and husband, went out at midnight one night and made the buy. The buy was the bee, the queen bee, in a little box with a few bees, and that was the start of our hive. And that was my Mother's Day gift this year, was this this new queen bee who seems to be very happy. And I'm seeing pretty soon you're going to see a lot of honey-based dishes coming
Right.
to it. But we can't take the honey away from the bees yet, because they need it. That's what they eat off of. But they are busy at the farm pollinating and buzzing around and doing their bee thing. And Adam is doing a great job of keeping them happy and alive, so we can enjoy the fruits of their labor at the farm. So we're happy to answer questions. We don't want you to feel shy. So if you have a question and you want to raise a hand, thank you, Adam, for the bee tour. Thank you. It was so nice to meet you.
Hi, Jackie. It's Richard.
Hi, Richard.
Hi. Absolutely fabulous, and like to be included on a regular basis, and now that I've sampled myself, I'd without doubt have a few very close friends that are big foodies, would love it.
Thank you.
So Jackie, is the Connoisseurs Club like once a month we get a meal and we do this?
Yes, yeah, that's the concept. We're open to suggestions, Renee.
I think that's a great idea. I think people would want to look forward to it and invite their friends. I don't know. We have a little like a mini focus group here, but I think that's a really good idea. Something to plan on doing every month.
Thank you so much.
Spoken by somebody in marketing.
We have Stacy.
Here's a small thing too. I think you should have pictures of the farm.
Okay.
And walk us through the farm. Even show us maybe where the mushrooms are grown or whatever. It just adds context, and I think it'd be great as an part of the experience.
Okay, well, we will do that. Thank you.
There should be a story too in the marketing, a story about the farm.
Exactly. Sort of how you started it, how it's grown, who runs it, your kids, giving it to them in the future, how you've adapted it to the environment, all that stuff. There's a big story there.
No, it's all really good food and it tastes good.
Away from the marketing, I have a cooking question. What is the name of the process again? The sous vide?
Sous vide. Sous vide is precision cooking. So what we do is take out all the air out of what we're trying to cook, and we're cooking it at an exact temperature.
In what?
In water. It's like a mini jacuzzi for the meat. So it's having fun for 24 hours.
All right.
And
so,
it infuses all the flavor inside.
So
I hear you say it's gluten-free. Everything
Isn't there a
is gluten-free.
special piece of equipment you buy that does this?
It's a machine called a SOUS, Sous vide, and it's immersion cooking. So you seal the food in a bag. There's a special sealer and special bags, and you seal the food in the bag, and then you immerse it in water with the sous vide machine attached to the container of water, and it circulates the water at a precision temperature, thank you, for as long as you have it programmed to go. In the case of the beef, it was 24 hours. In the case of the chicken, it was a little bit less than 24 hours. In the case of the filet mignon that I know Peter enjoys, it was
5 hours.
5 hours in the sous vide.
Yeah.
So this is a new concept. It's not a new concept of cooking, but it's new for NutriFit, I will say. And I'm really enjoying it because you just put it up to cook, and it basically does its thing. So if you do it right, by the time you finish, it's like a crock pot, but it's precision cooking.
And that's the technical explanation. The real one is I put some wine in there. The ribs are this size. I put some wine in there. They're in a jacuzzi enjoying the wine. They're happy for 24 hours, and then we close.
All right, so that's the Frenchman.
But can you do it in Instapot or whatever with a tiny bit of water or wine and just?
The thing with that is you normally in an Instapot would have 2 or 3 different temperatures, but you would never be able to put it in an exact temperature. So like this one was made at 167.3, which you wouldn't be able to put it in an Instapot because it's already preset.
I got you.
Did I hear you say that everything was gluten-free?
Except for you didn't have the vegetarian, Cheryl. So in the omnitarian menu, except for the dessert, which had a tiny bit of gluten, because that's a very tiny dessert.
That cakey stuff, right?
The cakey stuff was not.
That I don't eat.
But
everything else was gluten-free.
Yes.
You can eat that chocolate. That's really good.
I had the chocolate.
Chocolate was good.
The chocolate I ate.
And in the vegetarian dish, everything was gluten-free except for the choux, the CHOUX choux, the pastry shell that the maitake sat on. Anybody else with questions?
Well, I see the wine.
Well, we want to thank you for joining us. Really, thank you for making our evening special.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun for us to put it together, and we're so thrilled that you,
Jackie, I think we all ought to say happy anniversary to you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yes.
We want
It's
to
a big
say
deal, right?
good health to Asante, to you, to your health, to your safety, and to good food.
Right.
Always.
So nice.
Thanks.
We're going to sign off and let you enjoy your evening. We're going to post this with your permission on the cloud, so you can watch it again. You can share it with friends. And if you want to email, call, or comment, all feedback is welcome. Constructive criticism is always happily received. Maybe not happily, but we receive it, and we appreciate it.
If it's a good one, it's happening.
Yes, if it's a good one, it's happening. But in any event, thank you for your time this evening, and thank you for participating.
Much. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you on the next time.
Right.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you. That was really much better than expected. Thank you.
Thank you.
Compliments to the chefs.
Ah, thank you. I will.
Awesome job.
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you.